Does Gotham City have its own RoboCop? DC Comics gave us Peacekeeper 01, Gotham City's version of a cyborg RoboCop, which Simon Saint creates as a part of his Magistrate program, where he intends to create an army of peacekeepers. As you all know, Simon Saint works hand in hand with the Scarecrow to create chaos while Batman is trying to restore peace in Gotham City. But this new addition to the Magistrate program is about to change it all. Will Peacekeeper 01 emerge as Batman's most powerful nemesis? Let's find out. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin. Exploring the actual story behind Peacekeeper 01 from Batman's Secret Files story arc. Before we explore Batman vs. Peacekeeper 01, let's take a look at Peacekeeper 01's origin story. DC released Peacekeeper 01 as a part of the Batman Secret Files comic series with a tragic backstory. The story begins with Sean Mahoney, aka Peacekeeper 01, injected with the Scarecrow's lethal fear toxin. He is slowly getting engulfed by his fears and losing touch with reality. Simon Saint watches Sean's elated vitals from the Magistrate skybase about 5,000 feet above the Earth, fearing what he could unleash on Gotham City. The skybase is constantly requesting Peacekeeper 01 to stop and return to the base so they can cure him, but in his confused and fear-infused state of mind, Sean chooses to run away instead. He comes across a commemorative plaque on the Gotham City Spring Bridge and is overcome by a memory of his past. Sean is only a small kid when his father, Patrick Mahoney, brings him to the bridge. He tells Sean the story of his great-great-grandfather who arrived in Gotham from Ireland in the 1880s to make a living. He worked on the bridge, but a part of the under-construction bridge collapsed due to some faulty material being used, killing the great-great-grandfather. Patrick furiously continues to feed Sean information on how the rich only worry about filling their pockets and that they couldn't even get his great-great-grandfather's name right on the plaque. Peacekeeper 01 jerks back to reality but is still confounded by the drug. Through an earpiece, Peacekeeper 01 can hear Simon continually urging him to return, but he ignores the requests. Peacekeeper 01 tries to run away by hijacking a car, all the while thinking of getting back home. Flashbacks of his past continue haunting him. Young Sean is now in the back seat of his father's car. Patrick's partner disapproves of Sean's presence in the car for what they are about to do, but Patrick is relentless and wants his son to witness the act. Patrick and his partner are getting ready to threaten a witness to back off so they don't lose their jobs. In the process of giving the witness a good thrashing, Patrick ends up killing him. He and his partner scoop the body into the boot and dispose it off. Sean's young brain tries to comprehend the entire incident. Back in the present, Peacekeeper 01 is unable to tell the difference between what is real and what is a figment of his imagination. He desperately tries to find his father, believing only his father will know the truth. Meanwhile, Skybase sends their trackers, an aircraft and a few supercars to track Sean's movements and stop him. Simon realizes how dangerous Peacekeeper 01 can be with his mind out of control. He considers bringing him alive or dead. At Simon's command, his soldiers attack him, but Peacekeeper is too powerful for them. He kicks his door open and jumps onto the car on his left, cracking the windshield and pulling the driver out. In one swift motion, he flings the masked driver onto the other vehicle, bringing the ground trackers to a stop. Hijacking the supercar, Peacekeeper 01 continues driving towards his father. His mind shifts to the past once more, where his father is having a talk with him about the violent incident he witnessed the previous night. His father unveils how Sean's great-grandfather Henry joined the police force to have the power to change things in Gotham City. Patrick reveals that Henry played a crucial role in shaping the GCPD and even received an honorable eulogy from the mayor himself. Sean's grandfather and father had followed suit and joined the police force, and they weren't afraid of getting dirt under their fingernails. But were they really clean cops? We don't think so. Patrick goes on to explain to a young Sean how the only way to keep the city clean was to allow some people to operate their gambling clubs and their operations. He believes that this is the only way to keep crime in control and their streets clean. Patrick had to kill that guy because he was about to testify against Patrick and his partner. Sean takes this information in without giving a reaction, but obviously it plays on the little guy's mind. Sean is now a teenager and is hypnotized by the Mad Hatter along with other high schoolers to rob a museum. The furious Patrick confronts Sean, who is held by the cops, blaming him for doing the Mad Hatter's bidding. He grabs Sean's arm and takes him home. Meanwhile, in the present, Peacekeeper 01's temper is on the rise, remembering every moment from his past. He is attacking his trackers and speeding away towards his father for answers. The aircraft desperately calls for backup as all the ground agents are destroyed. Sean floats back to his past where his father is fired by the new Commissioner Gordon when he gets caught taking a bribe. Patrick blames Gordon for going crazy with power. He continues to believe that the Mahoneys are the GCPD. A grown-up Sean tries to follow his family's legacy. He applies to be a cop with the GCPD, but Commissioner Gordon denies his application. Gordon has strong reasons to believe that Sean is the same as his grandfather and father and will not do his job diligently. In the present, the chase is on. Peacekeeper is infuriated with his tracker in the air. He believes that they are trying to stop him from saving the city. He brings his car to a screeching halt. Armed with weapons in both hands, Peacekeeper 01 aims and fires a series of bullets at the aircraft, causing it to blow up. Skybase loses track of Peacekeeper 01, who floats back to his past. His father and some friends are at a bar where he loudly expresses his displeasure that his son has ended the Mahoney legacy of being in the police force. A dejected Sean is sitting in a booth bearing his father's disappointment. A drunk Patrick is on a roll cursing Gotham City and its people. Sean gets employed at the Arkham Asylum as a security guard. He sees all the locked up criminals and wonders why the taxpayers' money is being wasted instead of killing them all. He comes face to face with the Mad Hatter, the same villain who had once controlled Sean's mind. Meanwhile, Peacekeeper 01 reaches Patrick's pub, searching frantically for a connection, and stops when he sees his father's picture on the wall. Back at Arkham, in a vengeful move, Sean attacks the Mad Hatter. But Sean's revenge is more because of his father's disappointment in him. His father thought that Sean was too weak to give in to the Mad Hatter's mind control gimmicks. He feels Sean should have fought back instead of giving in. Sean beats up Mad Hatter, leaving him to die. He gets pulled up for the attack and is put on probation. Simon's voice brings Peacekeeper 01 back to the present. He finally answers Simon and tells him that he is done taking instructions and now taking charge of his own life. Peacekeeper 01 pulls out the earpiece and crushes it to pieces. A gun's nozzle points at the back of Peacekeeper 01's head with a warning. Move a muscle and I'll blow your brains out. Sean floats back into his past, where a gas leak set by the Joker envelops Arkham. He cleverly decides that if the asylum is going to blow up, his files should get destroyed with it too, and places a few cylinders in the record storage. But guess who is on the way to rescue Batman? Yes, this is probably the only glimpse of Batman that you will see in the Peacekeeper 01 origin story. Batman connects with Sean and asks him to leave before Arkham blows up. As Sean is about to escape, he notices 3 nurses trying to breathe oxygen from the cylinders in one of the rooms. Sean rescues them in time but gets caught up in the blast. He is now at the hospital with amputated limbs, a missing eye, and soaring hospital bills. His father argues with the doctor, calling it Sean's bad decisions that he has to pay for. He refuses to see it as an act of bravery. Meanwhile, the TV channels are calling Sean the hero that Gotham needs. Simon approaches Sean after the mayor adorns him with a medal for his bravery, as we saw in Batman 109. He enrolls Sean in the magistrate program, giving him robotic prosthetic limbs and an armor that transforms him into Peacekeeper 01. But that is just the beginning of Peacekeeper 01's journey to becoming Batman's most dangerous enemy. Back in the present, Peacekeeper 01 turns around to meet his father face to face. Sean no longer fears him, but blames his father for making him feel like a failure over the years. Sean's underlying emotions surge like a volcanic eruption. He continues accusing his father of being the real failure which destroyed the Mahoney legacy by flaming the fumes that were burning Gotham City today. Sean overcomes his fear of not standing tall to his father's expectations. He decides to be the new hero of Gotham City by taking matters into his own hand. One thing we can understand from the origin story is that Sean had a rather traumatic childhood, constantly feeling the pressure of living up to his father's expectations. Whether it was continuing the Mahoney legacy or keeping the city clean, ironically by joining hands with the goons, Patrick always made Sean feel like an absolute failure. Even Sean's act of bravery at Arkham Asylum was met with criticism from his cynical father. All this mental buildup is why Sean agreed to enroll in the magistrate program. He felt it was his chance to prove his mettle, but with Scarecrow showing him another side. Peacekeeper 01 is planning to do things differently. Does his next move save or hurt Gotham City? We'll have to wait and watch. What happened when Batman clashed with Peacekeeper 01? Now that we know why Peacekeeper 01 is the way he is, let's look at his first encounter with Batman, which occurs before Scarecrow injects Peacekeeper 01 with the toxins. Can you guess who won? You'll be surprised. Batman meets Peacemaker 01 when he reaches Simon Saint's facility, Saint Industries, to find out the whereabouts of Scarecrow, who has escaped from Arkham during the same blast that handicapped Sean. Scarecrow is now spreading mass chaos on the streets of Gotham City. Peacekeeper 01's first move was to powerfully hurl Batman onto a wall before Batman could react. While Peacekeeper 01 and Batman engage in a fight, Simon sets off a bomb in the city and blames it on the Unsanity Collective. Now Batman is caught between dousing a city on fire and Peacekeeper 01's vicious jabs. He uses every gadget at his disposal to stop or even slow down Peacekeeper 01, but it's all in vain. Eventually, he cuts a hole in the floor with his laser and escapes to the next level to get enough time to let the Oracle know that Simon Saint has caused the explosion. But Peacekeeper 01 isn't far behind. Batman and Peacekeeper 01 engage in a savage hand-to-hand combat, with Peacekeeper 01 matching and even excelling over Batman's thumbs. It seems as though Batman has finally met a tough competitor. Peacekeeper 01 begins brutally thrashing Batman. He punches Batman to the ground only to lift him up by his cape and is ready to stab him with a sharp spear blade, but Batman hits back. With a severe kick to Peacekeeper 01's face, Batman attacks him. As the fight continues, Batman places tiny explosives around the building. He is trying hard to fight back, but is falling short of matching up to Peacekeeper 01's cybernetic enhancements. Soon, Batman is left with no choice but to move away from Peacekeeper 01. The explosions around Saint Industries lead Ghostmaker and Harley Quinn to Batman's location. Batman makes a desperate and rather risky attempt by jumping out of the window and hoping for Ghostmaker to save him. Ghostmaker saves a violently injured Batman. We're still trying to gauge whether Batman escaped, saving the Unsanity collectives, or because he felt he needed to better prepare to fight Peacekeeper 01. Regardless, this first encounter clearly was Peacekeeper 01's victory. Also, after the fight, it is pretty evident that Batman has a challenging adversary at hand. So, how is it that Peacekeeper 01 gains more power over Batman? Sean was clearly an ordinary guy before the Magistrate program. His transformation to Peacekeeper 01 seems to have given him enhanced abilities. Let's take a look at what Batman is facing. What makes him such a serious threat to Batman? Here's what we know of Peacekeeper 01's abilities. First, Saint gave him cybernetic implants much like Robocop, with electrodes in his nerves, allowing him to touch and feel. They also enhanced his movement, giving him super strength and agility. Additionally, his nanometal implants exponentially increased his power with every fight. This could likely mean that he doesn't tire quickly in a bout. Second, Peacekeeper 01 is endowed with military protocol, which offers him certain robustness. He has also gained advanced hand-to-hand combat skills. We know that Batman is trained in various forms of martial arts, from Jiu-Jitsu to Muay Thai to Aikido and even Judo. Peacekeeper 01 is adept in all these and more, matching Batman's punch for punch. Peacekeeper 01 is proficient in the use of weaponry. His prosthetic limbs and armor have more than one function. They furnish him with weapons on the go, like the spear blade he produces to try and stab Batman. Once again, this ability competes with Batman's gadgetry, although Peacekeeper 01 didn't need much of these in the first clash with Batman. However, the most exciting part about Peacekeeper 01, which we think makes him Batman's biggest threat, is his armor's ability to machine learning. Yes, Peacekeeper 01's armor studies every movement that Batman makes while they are battling it out. It then graphs Batman's successive movements, preparing Peacekeeper 01 with enhanced knowledge about his opponent and his actions. What's even more interesting is that this information can be passed to the entire army of Peacekeepers, and with all of them equipped with the same technology, Batman definitely has a hard-hitting fight coming his way, and one where he will need smarts more than gadgets to win. Batman vs Peacekeeper 01 is undoubtedly a fight you don't want to miss. Maybe the movie makers should consider bringing it to the big screen. What do you think about it? Let us know in the comments below what you think about Peacekeeper 01 and how Batman can defeat him.